What's good, everybody? It's your boy Ace here, back with another YouTube video. Today I got a little different video than what I've usually recorded in the past. I usually record props videos, which I haven't been doing props videos because it's kind of difficult to post regularly with the NFL schedule. We got NBA coming back on Tuesday, and NBA games are going to be every single day. So daily videos should be coming back very, very soon. I'm never going to guarantee daily videos because sometimes, shit comes up. I'm a college student, can't post every single day. I can't guarantee it, but definitely gonna have more videos. I've been slacking on the YouTube videos. I'm always posting in my Discord. I always tell you guys, if I'm not posting on YouTube, if I'm not posting props on Twitter, I'm posting in the Discord every single week. I have props every single week, and I'm just gonna show you guys the recaps real quick because I haven't really recorded many videos. This is a fantasy basketball video, so I'm going to get into the fantasy basketball aspect of this video in like just a minute or two. But most of the people that watch are here for props. But yeah, let's just talk about how the NFL props have been so far this year. So in September, we went up 11.749 units. We had a very, very good first month of NFL. We profited every single week. And then since then, there have only been 2 weeks of NFL since then. We had week 5, which we went up 2.019 units in week 5. So again, it's not the most profit, but profit is profit. My premium is very, very cheap. It's $10 a month for your first month, and then it's $20 a month after. So um, it's very, very cheap. And then week 6 was just last week. We went up 2.467 units. We had a very, very good week. We had some ladders that hit as well. So that was a really, really good week. Yeah, so we profited every single week of NFL, literally every single week. I know most of them have only been like 4 units profit or 3 units profit or 2 units profit. But like I always say, profit is profit. It doesn't matter as long as you are making money, as long as you're getting your return on your investment for buying premium. That's all that really matters. We've gone up 16 units in NFL this year. It's only been like a month and a half of NFL, but we've gone up 16 units. So like it says right here, this was old because just the September recap, but now after the past 2 weeks of NFL, week 5 and week 6, we've gone up a total of 16 units in NFL. So if you are a $10 unit better, if 1 unit for you is $10, you've tailed every single play in the last month and a half, you're up $160. That is 8 months of premium right there. So very, very good ROI when you join the premium. And I know a lot of people, it's easy to show you guys one thing, but it's another thing to actually join the Discord and like get the plays, tell everything, and see if it actually profits. So if you do want to join the Discord, I'd highly, highly recommend. I'm researching almost every single day. With NBA, I'm going to be researching every single day. With NFL, you can kind of get like a day off because sometimes they take a few days to post props after like Monday Night Football. But yeah, if you guys want every single play, make sure you guys join the Discord through the WAP. This WAP link will be in the description of this video. It basically is just a website to give you instant Discord access to get every single one of my plays that I post. Like I says here, $20 per month, which is insane value. You get all of my plays. I post NBA, I post NFL. Um, so yeah, NBA is starting in literally Tuesday, and it's gonna be until June. So we're gonna have props almost every single day, pretty much every single day that there are games. And your first month is 50% off, like I said. So if you want to try, you're into sports betting or you have never done sports betting before, you want to get into it. Um, you want to just get your foot in the door. Basically what I'm doing with this discount is I just want to get your foot in the door. I want you guys to test out the Discord to see how good it is for yourself. And once you see how good it is, you're definitely going to be renewing, you're definitely going to be staying in the Discord. So use code first50 at checkout when you cop a membership, and you'll get your first month for only $10. That's a McDonald's order. It might be less than your McDonald's order for a whole 30 days of my premium, which we've gone up 16 units in the last month and a half just off NFL. We've got NBA right around the corner, literally in like 4 days. So take advantage of that. But anyway, let's get into the fantasy basketball aspect of this video, man. I'm excited. I've never made a fantasy basketball video before. I've done fantasy basketball for like 2 to 3 years. I've watched basketball pretty much my whole life. Um, so yeah, let's get into this video. So this is gonna be. Let me start off by saying this is going to be for points leagues. As you can see in the title of this video, this is for points leagues, ESPN points league. So you may have a different format than what I'm going off of. I'm just going strictly off of points leagues format. So you might be doing like a category league or something else. This is just for points leagues. But anyway, I got 3 busts for you guys. So 3 guys that I think are just not going to return their ADP value at all. And then I have 2 booms for you guys. 2 guys that I think are going to outperform their ADP value. Um, So let's get into it. Without further ado, let's get into it. So the first bust, I think this one is like the most obvious bust of the year for me, and I'm gonna get into why I think that. It's gotta be Jaylen Green. So just off of a per game basis, last year he was ranked 77th in fantasy points per game last year in points league. Now this year his ADP is 39. Like, what are we doing? He was 77th last year. Now his ADP is 39th. Like, do we think that he's just going to increase his points per game by like 5 points per game? He's just going to shoot like 40% from three. I do not know what we're thinking. I don't know what ESPN is thinking having him at 39th. I don't know what some of you guys are thinking drafting him at this spot. Like, this is one of the worst. I think this might be the worst pick in fantasy basketball. We might have a worse one later in the video, but I think this is one of the worst picks in points leagues. And just a simple reason why the Rockets took Reed Shepherd with the third pick. He's a combo guard. Um, really good. He had a really good summer league, so this guy looks really nice. They should be playing him probably like 15 to 20 minutes a night. It took him very high. He's very highly regarded, right? He's very good on the defense side of things for his size as well. He is a combo guard, so he might be eating into Van Vliet's minutes instead of Jaylen Green's minutes. But we got to remember, Van Vliet, he had a really solid year last year. He's also under a 3-year, $130 million contract. He's making over $40 million a year. I don't think they're just going to suddenly drastically decrease his minutes for Reed Shepherd. If anything, I think Jaylen Green, out of all people, instead of Van Vliet, would get his minutes taken. Jaylen Green has been wanting a max contract, and the Rockets have been very hesitant to give him a max contract. They've been hesitant to give Sengun a max contract, let alone Jaylen Green, who I think we all can agree does not deserve a max contract. Jaylen Green had some spurts last year where he looked really good, but he's just never really been consistent like that. If he does take that leap this year, then props to him. But if he does take a sizable leap this year, I don't think he's going to be a top 40 player either way. He would have to take like a drastic leap, and I just don't think that's going to happen. Rockets have way too many mouths to feed. Like I said, they drafted Reed Shepherd with the third pick. They also have Amen Thompson on the bench. They also have Tari Eason coming back, who was very injured last year. He only played like 22 games or something, so he's back. He's healthy. Those guys, Tari and Amen, they might not necessarily play Jaylen Green's minutes, but they're going to get usage off the bench, going to get minutes off the bench. And Jaylen Green, he's going to have to just make a drastic leap from last year to be able to come anywhere near this ADP of 39. I just think this is a really bad pick. He does not do much on the defensive end. He's not going to get you many steals. He's not going to get you really any blocks. He's only going to get you a combined 9-ish rebounds and assists per game combined. So he's not going to be doing much there. He's kind of an empty scorer. He might get you like 18 points per game, but he's not going to be that efficient. You could see Jabari Smith Jr. might have a usage boost as well this year. He might take a little step as well. So I just really do not think this ADP is good for Jaylen Green at all. Some guys that I would rather have than Jaylen Green around Jaylen Green's ADP are Desmond Bane. I'd easily much rather have Desmond Bane. I'd much rather have Jalen Williams in a points league. I'd much rather have Jamal Murray, Jimmy Butler, DeJounte Murray, Zion, Laurie in a points league. Definitely have those guys rather than Jaylen Green. I do not see Jaylen Green taking this huge drastic leap that ESPN points league drafts expect him to take. So I think this is one of the worst picks in all of fantasy basketball. Anyway, let's get into our first boom of the year and someone that I think is going to be going to play very well, and that is going to be Lamelo Ball as our number one boom. Not our number one boom, sorry, our first boom of the year. He was ranked 20th per game last year. He only played like 20 games last season due to another ankle injury, which sidelined him for the rest of the season after that. But he was 20th per game last year when he was playing. He was playing very well. And this year he's coming in at an ADP of 29. So there's obviously really good room for him to outperform that 29 ADP average draft position. And the good thing for LaMelo is that he should be playing more games this year. He should be more durable because he is going to be playing with ankle braces on both of his ankles, which he did not do the previous 2 years. Because he has ankle problems. So this is going to be a huge thing for LaMelo. If he can stay healthy, he easily beats this ADP of 29. One thing I would do is if you are drafting LaMelo, you do want his upside, you do want his potential, because obviously he has one of the highest ceilings out of anybody in his ADP range. If you are going to be drafting him, I definitely recommend taking backup point guard Trey Mann with one of your last picks. I think Trey Mann is a really solid player. He's been playing well in preseason as well. And if anything, if worst case scenario LaMelo does get hurt and misses time, Trey Mann should slide in right into that starting point guard spot and should give you some production as well. So I really do like, if you're going to draft LaMelo, I think you definitely need to handcuff him with Trey Mann just because those injury concerns. Play it safe there. I definitely recommend handcuffing them, but I think the upside with LaMelo, if he does stay healthy, is absolutely insane. And with ankle braces in both of his ankles, he should be healthy this year. So just hoping that he does stay healthy. He's very, very underrated in the steals department, especially for a guard. He had 1.8 steals per game last season. Points per game has also increased in every single season of his career. He's coming off a 23.9 point per game season, so he could see that go up to like 25 points per game. Rozier is also out, who was there for like half the season last year, so that's going to be very good for LaMelo's usage as well. He also had 8 assists per game and 5 rebounds per game last year as a point guard. So he's giving you a ton of assists per game value. Also, Mark Williams missed a lot of the games last year as well, who Mark Williams and Lamelo Ball, they are a very, very good tandem. I think they're really good. So now that Mark Williams is healthy, Lamelo should see a lot of assists as well this season because their duo game is really, really good. So I'm liking that for LaMelo's assists as well to sustain around that 8 assists per game range. He also shot 86.5% from the free throw line last year. He also gets very, very high 3-point volume. I think he shot like 9 threes per game last year, and that was with Rozier. His 3-point percentage last season was the lowest it's been since his rookie year, but he still made 3.2 threes per game. So if he gets his 3-point percentage up this year, a very, very good possibility that increases to like 3.5 threes per game or gets closer to 4 threes per game because last year he was playing with Rozier, and Rozier got a lot of usage on this Hornets roster. Now Brandon Miller will be getting more usage, but I still think LaMelo is the clear alpha in this Charlotte Hornets offense. He could see 3.5 threes per game. He's going to get you steals. He's going to get you assists. He's going to get you solid rebounds numbers for a point guard, and he's going to be scoring a ton. He's going to be getting a ton of usage. The only thing, like literally the only thing holding him back are his injuries. So if you handcuff him and Trey Mann, just in case he does get hurt, you should be set. And if he does stay healthy, you're going to be reaping the benefits. You're going to be getting a top 20 player in points leagues. So LaMelo Ball is one of my booms. My second bust for you guys is going to be Pascal Siakam. And yes, I did him dirty with this photo, but that's what bro looks like. I didn't edit this photo. That's what he looks like. Anyway, this is one of the worst draft picks this year as well. So last year his per game ranking in points leagues was 42nd. Now this year his ranking is 30. So there's really no reason for him to be increasing 12 spots from last year. He played 39 games for the Raptors last year, and then he got traded mid-season and played 41 games for the Pacers. When Siakam did play for the Pacers, he saw his points per game go down by 0.9 compared to what he was getting on the Raptors last year. He also saw his assists per game go down by 1.2. Obviously, Halliburton gets a ton of assists in this Indiana offense, so that makes sense. His free throws made per game went down by 1.3, and his three-pointers made per game went down by 0.2. So almost every single important statistical category, points, three-pointers made per game, assists, and free throws per game, all went down when he was playing with the Pacers compared to when he was playing with the Raptors last year. So there's really no argument for him to be higher than what he was last year, right? Because he was worse with the Pacers. Also, Benedict Mathurin is healthy for this Pacers squad. He missed a good amount of games last year when Siakam was playing. And Mathurin, he is going to be coming off the bench, so he's not a starter. He's going to be coming off the bench. But when he does play, when he does come off the bench, he demands and requires a very high usage because he's just an absolute scorer. So if Mathurin is on the court while Siakam is on the court, Mathurin is going to be getting a ton of usage. I just don't really see how Pascal Siakam is going to improve much from last year when he was on the Pacers. And even if he does, I don't think it requires and warrants a top 30 pick in points. There are so many guys this year that are going to be good. I just would not risk it. There's no I don't see a ceiling with Pascal Siakam. There's really no ceiling. He's a guy that's going to be primarily scoring from the paint. He's not going to give you threes. He's not going to give you steals or blocks really. He's going to give you like 6, 7 rebounds per game. He's going to give you like 4 assists per game. There's really no upside with him. So I don't know why Pascal Siakam is going as a top 30 pick this year. There are so many better guys in my opinion that are going to be able to be drafted, and here are some of the guys that are going after Pascal Siakam that I think will easily outscore Siakam. Cade Cunningham, Kyrie Irving, Bam Adebayo, Zion, DeJounte Murray, Laurie. All those guys are going after Siakam, and they should all be able to outscore Siakam. I'm just not buying in on Siakam. There's really no reason for me to be buying him, especially at this 30 spot ADP. So I'm going to be fading Pascal Siakam this year. My second boom of the year is going to be Jaylen Johnson. He's probably been a popular guy, somebody that's been touted highly in a lot of fantasy basketball videos, and there is great reason why. As you can see, his last year ranking was 55th per game in points leagues. This year, his ADP is 52, so it's very similar. So you're probably thinking, there's not much value compared to last year, but there's a huge reason why there's still value in this pick. DeJounte Murray is gone. DeJounte Murray departed Atlanta in the offseason, so Jaylen Johnson should see a big boost in usage and should see a decent boost in minutes. He was already getting like 33 minutes per game last year, but he should be getting like 35 minutes per game. He should also be the number 2 option for this Hawks team. So, he was already 55th last year. His ADP is only 52. That's only 3 spots higher than what he was producing last year, and now he slides into the number 2 option. Now he should see a huge boost in usage, and he's only going to be better than what he was last year after another full off season of training. So I just do not know why he's not like a top 45, top 40 pick right now. There's huge potential for Jaylen Johnson to have 20 points per game and 10 rebounds per game this season. He can easily give you that. He also provides good assist numbers, especially for a power forward. He had like 4.5 assists per game last year. So that's really good, obviously, especially for a power forward. So we'd love to see that. He also had 0.8 blocks per game and 1.2 steals per game. So he's going to give you a combined 2 steals and blocks per game, which is really good on the defensive side of things, especially for a power forward. That's really good. Easily has top 40 potential in my opinion. I see no reason for Jaylen Johnson to improve his per game rankings from last year, considering the boost in usage that he's going to get, considering that he's a number 2 option for the Hawks. Like, why would he not outperform his points per game ranking from last year? And his ADP is virtually the same as his last year ranking. So I really do not understand. Like I said, I really don't understand why he isn't being drafted 40 to 45th range. Getting him at 52 is an absolute steal. He can easily be a top 40 player and could possibly even be a top 30 to 35 player. I love his potential over some of the guys that are going ahead of him. Some guys that are going ahead of him are Paul George, Gobert, Randall, Miles Bridges. I easily love Jaylen Johnson as a draft choice over those guys and some other guys that are going ahead of him, but those are just some specific examples. And then lastly, our last bust of the fantasy basketball points league year is going to be somebody that is probably a bust in every single person's video. Is going to be Kawhi Leonard. Last year, his points per game ranking was 24th. His ADP this year is 47. So you're thinking, oh wow, that's a steal, right? No. As you guys all know, Kawhi is out indefinitely as he is continuing to rehab inflammation in his right knee. We do not know how long he's going to be out indefinitely. That is something you do not want to hear from a guy that you want to draft in fantasy basketball at all. This is the same injury that held Kawhi out of his final games of the playoffs last year, and this is the same injury that caused him to miss the 2024 Olympics. So this injury has been lingering for a while, and it may continue to linger all season, and that is something I do not want to be a part of, especially in the top 50 of draft choices. Like, I do not want that at all. You would be lucky if Kawhi plays 60 this year. You would be lucky. That would be a win for you, and I don't think he would get anywhere near top 50 rankings overall if he plays only 60 games for your 60 games this year. He might only play 40 to 50 games. We don't know. That's the scary part. Why are you going to draft a guy that you don't even know how many games he's going to play? You know he's going to miss time. You have no idea how many games he's going to play. You don't know if they're going to be cautious with him when he comes back. I'm assuming they're going to be cautious with him when he comes back. He might not even play back-to-backs. Like, why would you draft this guy with all this I cannot say that word, ambiguity? Jesus. Why would you draft him? Like, in the same range, we just talked about Jaylen Johnson, who's going 52nd, who has huge potential this year to be a top 40 or even higher player. He's going 5 picks behind Kawhi Leonard. Like, why would you take Kawhi Leonard? Like, this range is absolutely terrible. I would not draft him in the top 70. I would not draft him in the top 80. I wouldn't draft him in the top 90. I probably wouldn't even draft him in the top 100. Like, we just don't know how many games he's going to play. When he does play, he is going to be very good per game. But overall, throughout the season, you're only going to get him for probably like 50, 40 games. That's something that I do not want to be involved in at all. I don't care how good he is per game. He's not going to play that many games. I'm just fully out on Kawhi Leonard. So those have been 5 guys that are boom/bust. Our first bust is Jaylen Green. Our first boom is Lamelo Ball. Our second bust is Pascal Siakam. Our second boom is Jaylen Johnson. Our third bust is Kawhi Leonard. So this is in a points league, guys, like I said. So if you guys are in a different format, it might be a little bit different. But yeah, this is a points league. Let me know if you guys want more fantasy basketball videos. I'll probably post more fantasy basketball videos regardless because this was pretty fun to make, and I'm always doing fantasy basketball, so there's no reason for me to making videos as well. So yeah, if you agree with the reasoning, again, my word, like I'm not God. My word isn't going to be final. I'm not going to be right on every single thing. But if you do agree with what I said in this video, then agree with me, ride with me, whatever you want to do. You disagree, go ahead. That's fine. We all have different opinions, but I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm giving you my reasoning. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to take it, but just putting it out there. Anyway, I'll probably be making more fantasy basketball videos this year. It should be pretty fun to make those videos. And we're going to be posting more props as well on YouTube. NBA is coming right back as well. And we've been posting every single week in the Discord for NFL. I have props out right now. So if you guys want my NFL props for Sunday, it's already Friday at 11 p.m. It's about to be Saturday. So if you guys want to get all these plays before Sunday, before they're bumped, you guys want to make money this week and every single week, go ahead and join the Discord. Link of the WAP will be in the description of this video to join the Discord. Only $20 per month. Compare that to a lot of other appers that charge for their picks. That's a very, very good price. And 50% off your first month when you use code FIRST50 at checkout. Your first month will only be take advantage of that. Anyway, leave a like on the video, leave subscribe for me, leave a comment if you agree with any of my fantasy basketball takes, leave a comment if you disagree with any of my fantasy basketball takes. I'm interested to hear who you guys have as sleepers or even busts. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next video.